Tapping the Brilliance Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you guys doing? Feeling good?
Yes.
Okay. So how many of you have been following the news? Raise your hands. Yeah. We have to agree that this has been a very big month for the press and the media. First there was Article 370, then one of the politicians got arrested on charges of scam, and then the most important news of all, which impacts all of us, about the slowing Indian economy. The numbers have come out and it's not a pretty picture. The GDP growth rate is at a record low of 5%. The automotive industry is going through a slump. The real estate industry has not been seeing recovery for quite some time. The FMCG, the fast moving consumer goods industry, which has stood strongly in the face of multiple downturns, is showing signs of distress. What worries me more about this news is not how it's going to impact us, but the reason behind it. You see, this news is in complete contrast of the demographics of India. India is a country of young people. We all know that. For an aging country to have a slowing economy, understandable. But for a country like India with its youth, with its energy and enthusiasm, for that country to slow down, quite strange, don't you think? And that brings us to the question of whether we are doing enough to empower our youth, whether we are empowering them to take the country forward in the next leap of growth. Now, let's take a step back. How do you empower anyone for that matter? Any guesses? How do you empower them? By staying mum?
Freedom.
Okay.
Making them self-sufficient.
Giving opportunity.
Okay, the right answer is education. All of you failed. Education, guys. And in this regard, the Indian government, in my opinion, has done really decent job. I have been in the ground level and I have seen how initiatives of Indian government are ensuring children are reaching school and staying there at least till they're finishing school. But then this is a paradox, right? The government is doing their bit, but Indian youth is landing up unemployed. Why? Is it because they're idiots? Really? I mulled over this, I ruminated over this actually for quite some time, and it took me a while to take a step back and revisit my days with the education system. 15 long years in the grilling schooling system, I learned a lot. I learned about the digestive, circulatory, reproductive, excretory, musculoskeletal system. I learned about photosynthesis. I learned about how two atoms of hydrogen combine with one atom of oxygen and make water. Magic. I learned about how success is about beating everyone else and going forward. But at the end of these 15 years, I was clueless about how this knowledge base empowered me. I had no idea about that. And that is when it dawned upon me. This education system, as we see it now, was conceptualized by the British. And the cornerstone of this system was to instill obedience amongst a handful of civilians who would take their orders and run the country for them. It was not the purpose of the system to unleash the true potential of the millions. No. And what have we done? Since 70 years from independence, we have added more and more to this draconian system of obedience, to the extent that today our youth feel disempowered, without the ability to take the economy to the further levels of growth. Let me share a very interesting story here. Not a story, it's a truth. This scientist, he was trying to see the effect of learned behaviors on and how that was propagated in the next generations. The setup was very simple. Rats were expected to escape from a water tank, and there were two routes to it. One was brightly lit, the other one was dimly lit. An obvious choice for the rats were to go for the brightly lit path. However, there was this electric fence at the end of the brightly lit path. And whenever a rat chose to take this path, it met with an electric electric shock. This experiment was continued repeatedly for 32 generations of the rats, and the end product was future generation of the rats completely ignored the brightly lit channel and took the dimly lit channel. This is exactly what is happening with our Indian system today. The British have long left our nation, but we are still clinging on to the dimly lit setup of education system. It's time that we wake up and devise a very strong, a very relevant education system to empower our youth. In this regard, I have 3 suggestions. First, please reduce the time span. 15 years is too long a time. In the times when information is just a click away, we don't need children to move around with database in their heads. We don't need that. 10 years, including their Montessori, upper KG, kindergarten, whatever, is good enough. Second, 1 year of mandatory travel across the lengths and breadths of the country. The government can issue travel passes to the students for free, and this would give the opportunity to the students to see the real India. This would instill a sense of belonging with the nation and foster deeper cultural assimilation. Third, and the most important, vocation-based education. We have attached a lot of significance to science and mathematics. Not everyone wants to be a scientist or a mathematician. Not does it have to be the case. We today need hands-on education that is required, education related to, let's say, farming, setting up new business, life skills, negotiating with people, leadership skills, organizing event skills. We need these kind of education which are relevant to the present times. If we introduce all these 3 reforms and transform our education system, I guarantee you, we will not see an economic downturn in the next 100 years. Thank you.